Hello Year 3, it's really good to be talking to you. We have reached the point now in RE where we're going to do a writing lesson. So what we are going to do to start with is the quiz that is in your booklets. It should also be on your screen. So I'm going to give you a little bit of time to pause the video and do the quiz. Pause. Okay, welcome back. Hopefully you've done the quiz now. So, questions. Where is the Torah scroll kept in a synagogue? Is it in the Ark, the Yacht, or the Nefesh? The answer is in the Ark. Helps if I got the right pen selected. How old are most people at their bar mitzvah or their bat mitzvah? The answer is 13. That's when they have to start following the mitzvah or the commandments that are found in the Torah. And what is the word for the Jewish day of rest and worship? Is it Sukkot, Sabrun, or Shabbat? And the answer is Shabbat. You might also hear it called Sabbath sometimes. So we are going to write a paragraph using the knowledge that we have learned over the last two lessons. Before we do that, let's just go over what we've learned over the last two lessons. We started off asking the question of what is a synagogue, and we said, well, a synagogue can look very different. It doesn't always have to look the same, but it is a Jewish place of worship. It's where they read the Torah. It's where they hear the rabbi give lessons. It's where they study. It's where they meet together in groups, and it's also where they have special ceremonies, and one of those ceremonies is a bar mitzvah or a bat mitzvah, a bat for girls and a bar for boys, and that is where they have a special coming of age ceremony at the age of 13, and it's where the boy or the girl who is celebrating their bar mitzvah, they begin to become responsible for their own actions at the age of 13, and we watched a video looking at the kind of celebration, the kind of coming together of a community that is a bar mitzvah or a bat mitzvah. And so, as ever with these writing lessons, it's pretty straightforward. We have a topic sentence, which is going to form the first sentence usually of our paragraph when we come to write it. The synagogue is a very important place for Jewish people, used for both worship and celebration. And that's like a little summary of what it is that we're going to write about in our paragraph. Then we have three questions that we're going to think about, and each one of those three questions relates to the 3 points that we're going to plan, and then you have the space at the bottom to write out the neat final version of your paragraph. So looking at those three questions, the first point is going to ask what happens on Shabbat in a synagogue, and that will help us establish why it's an important place for Jewish people. The second question is what happens during a bar or bat mitzvah. The third question is why is coming together to worship or celebrate a bar or bat mitzvah important to Jewish people. Now I want you to have a think about that. I want you to have a think about why Jewish people celebrate this occasion. Why do Jewish people come together? Because we're going to go through the first two together, and then the last one I'm going to leave you to do on your own, because it's about why you think it's important to Jewish people. So on Shabbat, Jewish people go to the synagogue to... Well, I'm going to start out by saying that they worship together as a community. They worship together as a community, and hear the Torah read. Now, has anyone spotted the mistake that I've made there? Yes, Torah is a proper noun, and proper nouns always need capital letters. Okay, so they go to hear the Torah read, worship together as a community, and hear the Torah read. They also hear the rabbi, R-A-B-B-A-I, give a talk, or a lesson, or you might call it a sermon. So that's what they do in the synagogue on Shabbat. And actually, when you come to write your paragraph, you're all very, very bright people. So if you want to write more than a single sentence, I think you should. I think you should expand on that. Go back, look at your notes, what they did. Look at your notes that you did last on the first lesson, and say, what else do they do in the synagogue? The main parts of a bar or bat mitzvah are... Okay, so the girl or boy reads from the, remember capital T again, Torah, and what else do they do? And they agree to follow the mitzvot. Afterwards, remember what happens afterwards? It looked amazing. There is a big party celebration. And again, you can go back to your notes and you can add detail to that and look at what you've already written. What you do then is you are going to write your point 3 in your plan. So you're going to say coming together at the synagogue to worship and celebrate is important because, and then you're going to copy that out into your paragraph. If you need extra room, you can go on to the next page. You can find some extra page in your booklet because there are only about 7 lines there, which is probably not enough for some of you. So that's today's RE lesson. Next lesson in RE, we are going to be looking at, what are we looking at next lesson? We are looking at, yes, we're going to start looking at festivals. So we're going to look at the festival of Hanukkah and the festival of Rosh Hashanah. And these are really, really interesting festivals within the Jewish religion. So we'll start looking at those. Hope you are well. Speak to you very soon. Have a great week. Bye, Year 3. Goodbye.